President Joe Biden claimed Wednesday he was invited to Israel as a liaison to Egypt during the Six-Day War. Verdict: false. Biden was a law student during the Six-Day War in 1967. He visited Israel 6 years later, in 1973. President Biden tried to impress his audience at the annual White House menorah lighting ceremony, telling the kind of tall tale that has become his trademark, claiming to have been invited to Israel by Prime Minister Golda Meir in the Six-Day War. From the White House transcript, I was saying to a couple of younger members of my staff, before I came over, about the many times I've been to Israel. I said, and then, all of a sudden, I realized, God, you're getting old, Biden. Laughter. I have known every prime minister well since Golda Meir, including Golda Meir. Applause. And during the Six-Day War, I had an opportunity she invited me to come over because I was going to be the liaison between she and the Egyptians about the Suez, and so on and so forth. And I sat in front of her desk, Chuck. And she had a guy, her staff member, to my right. His name was Rabin. Laughter. And she kept flipping those maps up and down. She had that bevy of maps, sort of kept it, and it was so depressing what she was, about what happened. She gave me every detail. There are several factual inaccuracies in Biden's claim, including the following: the Six-Day War took place in 1967. Biden was a law student, he was only elected to the U.S. Senate in 1972. Golda Meir was not the Prime Minister of Israel in 1967, that was Levi Eshkol. She was only elected in 1969. Biden's first visit to Israel as a U.S. Senator took place in 1973, he has told the story several times before. Biden was not at liaison between Israel and Egypt. If he was a poor one, because war broke out weeks later. Biden does not mention any work as a liaison between Israel and Egypt in his 2007 memoir, Promises to Keep. One meeting with an Israeli leader that Biden does not want to talk about is a clash that took place behind closed doors in 1982, when he tried to threaten Israeli Prime Minister Menachem Begin with a cut-off of U.S. aid. Begin was not impressed.